Hi everyone, it's JoJo from Mojo Jojo Plants, and today I thought it would be fun, now that we have all of the seasonal sticker books done, I thought it would be fun to make some catalog pages of all the colors for each season, so that way it's just easy for me to flip and see what color I have when I'm trying to match things. Usually I know my books pretty well, so I know what book has kind of what shades and kind of where to look, but this will just make it a little bit easier, take out some of the guesswork. I'm going to put it in my Summer Vibes little notebook that I have. It's a print on demand product that's on my website. It's just dot grid, which is great for those of you that love dot grid, but I figured that this would be really, really good to store stuff in, and then I can keep this, and it's small enough. I can keep it on my desk. I can take it, if I need to take it somewhere, I don't know. So I'm going to put stuff in here, and we're going to start with summer first, just because we're in the summer book. And so I'm like, I'm going to do the summer, but eventually I would love to catalog all of the colors that I have, but we're just going to start with the seasons today. Cause I think that's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to skip like the first 3 or so pages, mainly because I want to do like a title page. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. And then maybe do some of the original colors, like the obviously black, but I don't need to do a lot with that one. Rainbow, jewel tone, and pastel, those are all like the main colorways that I have. So I'm like, if I save those 3 pages, I can put between, 2 of the pages, I can put those. So I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit, and then we're going to start with summer here. And I thought it'd be fun to compare the old books to the new revamped books. So I do have the old versions of the summer boxes 1 and then summer boxes 2.0, but then I also have the new versions that are available right now. I'm going to have these too. So I want to be able to kind of see, just so I can see. And I actually did this. I did this in my other notebook already. Similar. I'm going to do it a little bit different, but this is actually what I used when I was trying to determine what colors I wanted to switch out, kind of fix, and or kind of determine what ones I was going to replace with foil when I did my revamp. So this is actually the original versions of 1 and 2 of the summer boxes. So up here is the first book, and then down here is the second book, and then I put them all in rainbow order. So basically I'm going to do the same thing in this book, but instead of using the boxes, I'm going to use the checklist because they're smaller, and I'll be able to fit them, I think, a lot better on the pages. And then I want to be able to put like the title at the top of like summer boxes, old version, and then on the back it'll be like the new version, something like that. So, or maybe I should do the old versions on the back, and then I could do the new versions on the front. I feel like that's a valid idea. It might drive me a little crazy to work on it on this side, but we're going to do it. It's going to be fine. Okay, so let's start with regular summer boxes first. Let me make some room. I'm also going to get out some scissors because I think I'm going to do some trimming, just so it's not so big. So the main reason, too, I'm not going to use the boxes is because I don't have any left, literally any left of that size in this book. Like, I think I used all of them, and if I didn't use all of them, I at least don't have them in every single color, because I've been using them for other things. So we're going to use the checklist because those just haven't been used by me as often because I'm not a big checklist person, or I just forget, and then I get overwhelmed when I don't fill in the checklist, and so it just becomes a whole thing. So I'm going to use the checklist, and I'm actually going to cut them a little bit shorter, just so that, let me get a little piece of paper to stick these extra little pieces on, just so that way I have room, because the idea would be to put the coloring side by side for the color pairs that they came with in the book, and then along the side doing that rainbow order, because this is both the books and I combine them, so that way you could kind of see like this was the range, like you basically get the full rainbow with these books. Not all the books are going to be like that. I know like Autumn, I know doesn't have the full rainbow in it. I don't think Winter does either, but I know at least Summer and Spring for sure, I think, have the full rainbow in it. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start laying these down. And now that they're shorter, they won't take up as much room. So I'm just going to do that. And this is obviously going to take a hot minute, but I think it'll be worth it in the end because it'll make it a lot easier to know what colors I have available to use. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, my wrist feels so naked. I took off my watch because it would die. These fit perfectly, like within the dotted lines, I guess. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I didn't know that they did that. So you don't know until you try something new. So that's exciting. So I'm just going to repeat this. Literally, I'm cutting in the middle of the second to third dot, cutting off that last dot. And then I'm going to lay them down. Oh gosh, if I can lay them down straight. It's going to drive me crazy. At least, yeah, these, I'm glad that it's dotted because that is definitely helpful. I couldn't imagine just doing this on blank paper. I think it would end up driving me crazy because they wouldn't end up being, you know, even, and then it would look not good. So, I mean, that pink one is a little crooked and it's gonna drive me crazy. Let me just adjust that just a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, going to my next. We have the blue and the yellow. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I've seen so many people make fun little books, and I've seen how you guys have been like putting it so that way you can see all the colors that are in your books and all that. And I'm like, oh, I need to do that someday. But it was one of those like, I just don't have the capacity or the time to sit here and do that. But I was like, I can do that and sit here and do it with you guys. And if you want, you can whip out your books and do it with me. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna just keep going, keep rocking and rolling. But I think this will be a great way to see, and it'll be great for you guys too, because then you'll be able to see the difference between the two books, which I think is fun. Which I don't know if there's gonna be, if there's room on here, I would love to do both the books on the same page, but I don't think there's gonna be enough room. Or maybe I can do like one little dot and then you can on maybe the front page so that like we can have the old and the new, because I do think it's fun to see, you know, what it looks like for sure. So that might be a thought. So I'm actually going to set this one aside because maybe I should be saving the pieces that I'm cutting off. I've just been sticking them on a sticky note, but I'm like, maybe I should not be doing that. I'm going to hold this one. I like this one has 3. So I want to make sure I get all 3 on here. So maybe I should be saving these. I mean, I have so many checklists that I'm like, it doesn't actually even matter. I'm going to have to, I'll just pull up a new checklist. Like, it's fine. I have so many. I'm actually at the point of giving these books to my daughter. And she just starts, she loves to just sticker things. But it's funny because she'll just lay all of the checklists like in lines on her paper. And that's all she does. But I'm like, I mean, you do you, boo. If that's what you want to do with them, you do you. Okay, I'm going to put this one here. It's kind of how I did my other one. Okay, so I have all of the first book in one little section. So let me swap books real quick. Okay, this is taking a hot minute, but it'll be worth it when I can see everything. It'll be worth it. And it's like I could use like the bullet points too. That was definitely an option, but the first versions, like the very first summer boxes, you know, all the very first ones that I came out with don't have bullet points because I don't know why I didn't think about bullet points back then, but I just didn't. So otherwise I would just use the bullet points because obviously that is less of a sticker and taking up less room. But I did not do that. So that is okay. We'll just use the checklist because clearly I have not even really touched them. I haven't even touched this page. This page is untouched. Okay, I'm going to skip some space again so I can put that this is the 2.0 version. All right. And we're just going to snip here. Trying to kind of get them in the same rows. I'm going to put this one above because I'll still have room, but I think I'm going to put this one up here. That way I can kind of still keep that look. And this one is a different foil. I don't know if you can see. It has stars in it. So it was different. Going to the sand. This book has got to be my favorite. Like these two colors I have used so much, especially because these two colors are still in the new versions. And mine are like so used already because they just go perfectly for summertime. Like anything beach vibe or coastal vibe, like these ones go so well. So it's kind of fun. Same thing with these other like blue shades. These go really well with a lot of things too. I shouldn't have grabbed two. Like I can't hold all these. Okay, I know this is like super tedious. And if you don't want to do what I want to do and put it all in a rainbow on the side, then obviously doing the full piece would totally be fine. I just figured I could trim them, save a little bit of room, and then that way I would have room for, what I'm wanting to put there. I want to do the rainbow. And I think for the rainbow, I'm just going to do the full piece instead of doing little snippet pieces. I think that'll be easier. Okay, getting the last two shades down. And then I will fast forward for doing the rainbow maybe. Or at least definitely doing the other side. Maybe we'll stick together for at least this rainbow, but the other side. Okay, so now I have both. So I still have to title them, which I think I'm going to do with stickers. But let's start to do the rainbow. So I'm going to cheat because I technically already did the rainbow. So I'm going to use this to kind of help me see, because I'm like, I like how this turned out. So I'm going to use that one. Okay, so the nice thing too is some of the colors in the summer especially did repeat just because they both had like the 4th of July inspired set in them. So I don't have to flip through both books to get everything. So, and we know I should be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10, I need at least 22 lines. Okay, I should be able to start it like here and still have plenty of space. I just couldn't do that with the bigger boxes, so I have to make sure I'm checking that for this one. Okay, then we're going to the brighter red, which was in the first book. Oh, I didn't counter that I needed to skip spaces. I feel like I should still be fine. Maybe I should do them a little closer. Maybe I'll do them every half. I don't know. I'm going to do them a little bit closer on this one because I don't think I can do that. It's taken some real concentration. This is also why I haven't done it, because I'm a little OCD with it. So I'm like, I have to have it perfect. And if it's not, it's going to throw me off. Okay, where's this other yellow? There it is. It's like there's 2 yellows, but I know this brighter yellow went first. It's like a more orangey yellow. Trying my best to lay these down as straight as I can. And then we have this lighter yellow. And then we go to the greens. I have 2 greens. Do the one from the first one first. It's a little bit darker. They are really similar though for that one. And then I went to the mint colors, which I think are both in this book. Going with the minty shades. Of course, now I'm like, I think I would have been fine to do it the way I was going to do it, but better safe than sorry. I don't want to have to start this all over because that's what I would do. That is exactly what I do. So I didn't want to have to do that. So just had to make sure I didn't do that. Okay, this shade. And then we go to our blues. I believe this shade was next. Okie dokie. I think the blues in the 4th of July sets ended up being a little bit different. For some reason. Oh no, you know what it is there's another blue. I forgot about this blue. Did I put that one? Okay, I did put that one down. I was like, wait a second. I missed a whole blue. Okay, there we go. Now we have our 3 blues. Looking good. All right, then we have our purple. And then we have 2 different pinks. And then we have both of our foils. Sorry, I don't know why I'm losing my voice all the time. I feel like it's always just like gone. It doesn't want to play. Okay, I don't know where. There it is. These books are done. They are toast. I think I did this darker one first. And then I did this more bright bubblegum pink next. And then I did my neutral shade. If I can find it. There you are, which is this tan color. Okay, and then I finished it off with my foils. So I have the rose gold, I have this stars and stripes, or not stars and stripes, this star holographic. I have the rose gold, and then in the first book, I have the silver, which I think I used all the silver of the short ones, so I'm going to have to cut one of the long ones to match the short sizes, which is okay. So let's do the rose gold first. Rose gold. If I can lay it down, that would be great. Rose gold. Then let's do the more sparkly one. And then we're cutting it down to 3. So I'm just going to cut off a little section of that one. I see it. I see the crookedness. It's killing me. Can't. Okay, and then the last ones. Okay, so those are all the colors that were in the old versions of this. So I feel like I might have had, maybe I wouldn't have had room if I did every other. I would have to start it up a little bit higher. So we have that. All right, let me go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to do the same exact thing, but I'm going to do the new version. So those were the old versions. But I'm going to do the new versions, and I'm going to do those on the front because I want to prioritize the ones that are going to be available because old versions aren't going to be available anymore. I just wanted to have it kind of so I could see. And then I'm also going to do 2 rainbows. So I'll come back before I do the second rainbow. But let me do basically these 2 things with the other books on the other side. And I'll at least do up to this part. And then we can go in, and then I want to do the side-by-side rainbow with like maybe a smaller piece of these, or maybe we could do it at the bottom. I don't know. So that way I can better see. And I feel like now that I did it, now I can kind of see better what type of space I'm going to have. Like I have a lot of space at the bottom. So I'm like, maybe I can kind of adjust. This one's going to be the guinea pig page of all that. So yeah, so you can see you get the full rainbow with summer. But let me go ahead and do the same exact thing with the new versions, and then I will come back. I just don't like that took a long time. That took, I don't even know, 15-20 minutes just to do that one. So I will come back and let me go and do that one real quick. Okay, so I've gotten all of my colors. So there was some differences, like I don't have as many blues compared to there. So now what I'm going to do, because I have this rainbow here, I'm just going to do small pieces of the old so I can have it right next. That way I can see the difference between the two. I was going to do this whole rainbow again, and then I was like, I don't know why I would need to do that. Like, that's dumb. So we're going to go back through. I know it's a lot of back and forth, but it's what is required of us. So then I'll be able to put like a little note that these are the old versions. So I'm gonna put this right in the center, and we'll just kind of go in and grab all my pieces here. But that way I can see the difference, if there is any difference. I know there are a couple colors, like the purples changed. Obviously the foils were changed. The foils are different than what they were before. So I do know those changes too, but then this will kind of help me see just a little bit better. Definitely not cutting these at the same length, so that's cool. Okay, this is gonna throw me off because I didn't have multiple foils. So or I guess I could put that blue down there. Do I want it to throw me off? Maybe we put the blue down here. I don't know if I want that to throw me off. That's the 4th of July blue. I'm like, but I want those next to each other. I want all the colors to stay next to each other as much as possible. So we'll put that blue down there, even though it's not technically like the back side of it, but that's okay. I'd rather that, especially because these purples are different. So that's why I wanted to have them directly next to each other to kind of just like keep that so we can see. And then also, like, I don't know if I use the same rose gold. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I have no clue if it's the exact same. Because it was so long ago that I just don't know if it was the same. So I did save a piece of this one. Does need to be trimmed. It's a little too long. Okay, and I technically don't have another red because the reds in there are the same between those two, so we just kind of are going to be missing one, but that's okay. Okay, so now I need to go in and I need to label things because right now we just have things in here. So here's the old, and hopefully this can kind of help you know. So I did adjust the purple, but for the most part the colors are the same. It's really just those foils, and then I did make the green a little bit lighter so you could see a little bit more of a difference between the two. But for the most part, I was pretty happy with all the colors, so I did leave them the same for basically the entire book. It just kind of has little differences here and there, at least for this one. I think Summer Boxes is honestly the one that I changed the least out of all 4 of the seasons. It's the one that I did the less amount to, because I just didn't feel like it needed to be changed, so I left it the same. Okay, now we're gonna go in and I'm going to title these. I don't know if I want to use like slightly bigger. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest fan of these cursive ones because I feel like they're kind of hard. Do I have what I need? S, U, and M, E. I have no R's. How do I have no R's? I have one on the other page. Why did I start using the second page? Tell me that. I don't remember why I did that. Okay. Guys, don't judge me. I hate spelling on camera. It could literally be the simplest word and I would still get it wrong. So just don't judge. I don't know why it's so difficult for me, but it really is. It causes me stress. Okay, I need an R because apparently I used all the R's on that other page. Okay, Summer. And then I'm just going to use a pen. So this one, and this is revamped. So Summer, we'll write revamped. Okay, and then right here I'm going to do old. Just so I know that this is the old, these are the old version, like this is the original version basically. And then I'll just write their names. So this is Summer Boxes, and then this one is Summer Boxes 2.0. And then obviously we have the full rainbow. So really that took a lot longer. It's simple, but it took a long time because I'm a little like, this is kind of driving me crazy because they're all different sizes, but I mean it's fine. It's fine. Maybe I'll put old Summer, OG. Maybe I'll do OG Summer. I have enough. Oh, because I do want to title these. I don't want to just like leave them. But I'm going to title this like OG Summer maybe. Hopefully I have enough to do that. OG is original. So these were first versions, the discontinued versions. I could put discontinued, but just saying OG is a lot faster than writing out discontinued. And I know for a fact I would spell that wrong. So we're just not going to bother. Yeah, so again, we'll just write their books. Summer Boxes. 2.0, and then we have like the full rainbow. Easy peasy. That's driving me insane because I did not center that either. But you know what? This isn't meant to be perfect. It's just meant to show me the colors so that way I can literally flip to this um, and see what I have. Something too, I could always add like a little tab so that way it's easy to kind of like flip so you're not having to flip through, or maybe even cut out a little piece of it here. But then hopefully this will make it easier so then I can just look at this, see if I'm like really I'd just be looking here, right, to see what color I'm needing. And then once I determine what color it is, I can kind of look over here to figure out what book it's in, that kind of thing. So I'd like to do this for all of the seasons, so definitely stay tuned. I think the next one we'll do will be fall, closer to when the fall books will be available for you guys, because those are going to be restocking closer to their seasons again. So I will have both the versions, but yeah, I just wanted to hop on this because I'm like, this is something I've been procrastinating on, is just making a catalog of all the colors so that way I know what I have. And then instead of flipping through the books, I can literally just pull this out, and be able to see what I have. Obviously, the back isn't one I'm necessarily going to pay too much attention to. I'm really going to be sticking to these, but I just wanted to be able to see for myself, what the old versions were, because things have been updated. And I might even have to do that for rainbow, because rainbow colors have been updated as well. Like they're not the same, that they were, or at least they don't look the same. I don't think I did too much tweaking on the rainbow colors, but I know they printed differently than they did the first time. So just things like that. So yeah, so anyway, I just thought I would share this with you guys. Maybe next time we'll decorate the front together and then get some of the simpler ones out of the way, in the meantime before we head to do the rest of the seasons. But just an idea in case you guys are trying to figure out what colors are in what books, just make a little catalog, either in a notebook, or I've seen people put stuff on their books, which I think is a great idea too, on the outside, so that we can see all the colors that are on the inside. That's a great option too. So there's lots of ways that way you can kind of find what you're looking for a lot faster. But I thought I would just share this with you because I need to start doing this, and I feel like the only way I'm actually going to do it is if I film it. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!